I think probably one of my favorite songs that you've recorded with Melba was actually out on your Charlie Louvin and Friends album back from, what was it, the early 90s? You do it, Takes Love to Know Love. That's just a fabulous song.
It is. I forget who wrote that, Paul, but I think Melba found the song. We were both looking for songs that the boy-girl could do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think Melba wrote it, actually, here, looking at the credits.
My hell.
Because I know she's a fabulous songwriter, too.
Oh, she is that. That's all she does now. She don't care to sing anymore. She just got out of a pretty bad car wreck. Her pelvis was crushed on a sideways crash when somebody T-boned her in an intersection, and she stayed in the hospital and rehab for a long time. And she's just getting up and around now. So,
well, that's great.
I guess that makes her proves to her she don't want to go back on the road again.
No. I hear that she can still be seen sometimes on some of those songwriter nights in Nashville.
I would suppose a lot of them. I don't go to them because I don't write the kind of songs they write today. I'd be ashamed to carry my little country song down there and try to perform it.
And you were inducted, you and I were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2001 as their country singing act. And I think Bill Anderson was inducted into the songwriter, well, as the songwriter that year.
Paul, there was a dozen.
Oh, wow.
There was a dozen people inducted into the Hall of Fame that year at the same time. And because they was way behind, a lot of people should be there that wasn't yet, so putting one a year or something like that, you just get farther behind. And so they picked a dozen, and I, and the Delmore Brothers, Ken Nelson, the Everly Brothers. That's just a few of the ones that was in there. And, of course, Bill Anderson and the guy that had the record company, Elvis, was on in Memphis. He was inducted at the same time.
And it's about 20 till the hour here on 90.5 FM WPEA. I'm Paul Joyce talking with Country Music Hall of Famer Charlie Louvin. And Charlie, you have a new album out, released about a month or so ago now. A gospel album. We heard I Feel Like Traveling On from it, almost right before you came on here tonight. And it's just a fabulous album.
As you've already mentioned 3 or 4 times, I and I were Alabama boys, born and raised in northeast Alabama. And for me to record with a black pianist who was as good a piano player as I've ever heard, his name is Derek Lee, and the McCary sisters, 3 black girls. They did a fantastic job. We went back and chose some songs that's just not sung much anymore, especially in church, where they started at. And we picked some songs that I believe that the public will enjoy. I've got a couple of favorites in there.
Yeah, which ones are your favorites?
Precious Lord, Take My Hand, Lead Me On would be a great one. And If We Never Meet Again This Side of Heaven.
Yeah, just
farther on down, I believe it's the last song on Jordan's Stormy Banks I Stand and Cast a Wistful Eye. That is the original title of that song, but if you look at that album, when it got to New York, they changed it on I Am Bound for the Promised Land.
Okay, yeah.
That is not the title, the correct title for that song.
And this record is available anywhere where records are sold, correct?
That's true.
And on the internet, and
it surely is.
Certainly you could get it from Ernest Tubb Record Shop. I think you can get it right off of your website, too, can't you?
Well, I don't believe all of it's on the website. I mean, you could order records from my...
oh, yeah, that's what I mean, order.
From my website, but you can't download a whole song. They just got parts of songs on there.
And coming up, I think on December 9th, you're releasing another album, sort of a counter to this gospel album. Charlie Louvin sings murder ballads and disaster songs, and I know you mentioned that earlier. Wreck on the Highway is going to be on this album.
Well, I would say that the most popular album that did the best for the Louvin Brothers over the years was Tragic Songs of Life. That included the Knoxville Girl and several of the other just old standards, and they're still liked today. And I tried to choose from that time in life, and I believe that we got them. We got the first song is Darling Corey, and then the Wreck of the Old 97, Wreck on the Highway, and it goes on and on with some great songs. And I re-recorded 3 of the Louvin Brothers songs that we recorded in the Tragic Songs of Life. Mary of the Wild Moor, the Texas Girl, and I had already cut the Knoxville Girl in the first one.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that again, but then I recorded My Brother's Will. That was a song that Ken Nelson had written. But all in all, I believe it's a pretty decent range of material from 100 years ago till up till today.
And this is the 4th album that you've will be releasing on the Tompkins Square album out of New York City.
That's true.
The first one being Charlie Louvin, your self-titled album that was released on right around your birthday, your 80th birthday.
That's right.
And then you had a live album recorded on the road. And of course, these 2 albums here we've been talking about. And so I guess, what are your plans for the future? You're still going back on tour, going out on touring the road?
Oh, well, that's the only way you can make anything in this business, Paul. If you're going to sit on it, you ain't going to make no money with it. So, yeah, I'll be back out again. We've got quite a few dates booked for 2009. We did some good tours this year. It's winding down now, but we're doing some good tours with the old 97 and Lucinda Williams.
Okay. I love Lucinda Williams, too. Are you all right?
We might do another tour with her in 2009. And so far got a dozen or so dates booked, just solos.
And you're one of the few traditional country artists that comes up here in New England frequently and plays.
Well, through my buddy Ross Elliott, who lives up in right above Burlington, Vermont.
Okay.
We're going to try to. There's a couple of festivals up there that we're going to try to deal with. I'd love to go up. You know, you need more than one day to go up there to realize any profit. You'll put it all through the gas tank.
Yeah.
But I'd like to play a couple of 3 days up there. Get to see some of my old friends. I got a friend that came to see us in Woodstock, New York. He and his wife that I was in Korea with, and so if he can come to see me that far away, surely I can. I would like to get up his part of the world so I could bug him for a few days.
Well, Charlie, I'd like to thank you again so much for coming back on the show. You're one of the greatest in country music history, a true legend. And thank you so much.
Well, keep the welcome mat out, Paul, and keep playing that good country music, and good things will happen to you. I just got that feeling.
Oh, thank you. I think now we're going to take a listen to your signature song, the song that you end all of your shows with, See the Big Man Cry Mama.